MJ Melendez, deep right center field, and gone again. MJ Melendez has 22 career hits against the Red Sox and 8 home runs. You can't hang him that.
It has been quite a while, but don't you worry, I have good news for you. Your Kansas City Royals are victorious this evening, winning the series opener against the Boston Red Sox 6-1 in Fenway Park. Let's go ahead and talk about it, shall we? Welcome to the Royals Recap. My name is Jacob Milham. I am one half of the Royals Rundown podcast. Thank you so much for joining me this evening. If you haven't done so already, make sure you go visit RoyalsReview.com for the game threads, game previews, the recaps, the whole shebang. There's too many things to list off, and I'm getting confused. So just go check it out for yourself and find out why RoyalsReview.com is the best website out there for Kansas City Royals fans. So, like I said, Royals won tonight 6-1 over the Boston Red Sox, improving to 52-43 on the season, 9 games above 500. Carrying a 4-game winning streak for the first time since late May, so kudos to that. As it sits right now, there's still some games being played around the league that could have an impact on this, but the Boston Red Sox and the Kansas City Royals are currently tied for that third wild card spot. It is a razor-thin margin, folks. The Red Sox right now have a 51-42 record, but they have a .548 winning percentage. Meanwhile, your Kansas City Royals have a 52-43 record with a .547 winning percentage. That is right. These two teams in the standings, as of this recording, are only separated by a .001 winning percentage. Whew, gotta love it. But all that matters is the Kansas City Royals might quietly be the hottest team in the wild card race right now, carrying that 4-game winning streak. And it's there's nothing not to like about this win. If you look at it quickly, we can split some hairs if we wanted to. My blood pressure was going up quite a bit when Chris Stratton had men on first and second with no outs in the bottom of the 8th inning, and lo and behold, he pulled it together, got 3 consecutive strikeouts, and that was really the only threat the Royals faced tonight. After Cole Ragans just pitched an absolute gem of a game, 7 innings of 4-hit ball, only allowing that 1 earned run, walking 1 batter, and 7 strikeouts. The 2024 All-Stars heading into Arlington with a pretty good final start of the first half of 2024, if I do say so myself. Picking up his 6th win on the season, lowering that ERA to 3.16. But he spoke about it in the post-game availability that you will hear later on in the show. The guys in the lineup made his job a lot easier. He had a lot more fluidity, if you will. He had a lot more wiggle room. He wasn't carrying the difference of a win and a loss on his shoulders. It's amazing what some run support will do. 9 hits from the Kansas City Royals tonight, which doesn't sound like a lot, but it is just enough to get it done. Bobby Witt Jr. recording his 16th home run of the year, getting that tune-up in before the T-Mobile Home Run Derby next week. And then MJ Melendez also logging his 11th home run on the year. Adam Frazier was leading off tonight. I wasn't too happy to see that in the lineup, but he produced absolutely 5 ABs, 2 hits, scoring 2 runs, and batting in another to boot. Bobby Witt Jr. had a multi-hit game, 2 hits with that 1 home run. Vinny Pasquantino, he had a hit, he had an RBI, he got it done. Salvador Perez had a couple of RBI and a hit of his own. Michael Massey, unfortunately, was hitless, as was Hunter Renfroe, and also Freddie Fermin, who, technically he didn't have a plate appearance or nothing, but he came in for Salvador Perez in the late inning. MJ Melendez, he had another 2-hit game. That's all right. Michael Garcia batting 8th tonight, but he got a hit. He got on base at least. That's all that matters. And then Kyle Isbell at the bottom of the lineup, scoring a run and drawing 2 walks, the only 2 walks from the entire Royals lineup this evening. The most staggering number that I see in this lineup tonight, though, is only 2 strikeouts as an entire lineup. Okay, if you're going to the plate 33 separate times and you're only striking out twice, that's pretty good in my book. All right, you're at least putting the ball in play, you're making the opposing pitchers work, and you're creating those opportunities for mistakes that you can pounce upon, which is what the Royals did to the Boston Red Sox starter. He pitched 6 innings, sure, but he gave up 8 of the Royals' 9 hits, allowing 5 runs, only 2 earned runs though. So it wasn't a great game from the Red Sox defensively, unfortunately. But he only had 1 strikeout and he gave up that home run as well. So that certainly does not help his case at all. Like I said, Ragans pitched great. Chris Stratton, he pitched in the 8th inning. It wasn't pretty, but he got it done. 1 walk, 1 hit, but 3 strikeouts to lock it down. And then Nick Anderson came in the bottom of the 9th. I think this was a pretty important appearance from Anderson, if you will. I've been fairly down on him as of late. I think, you know what, if the Royals go out and they are aggressive in the bullpen like we're expecting them to be, Nick Anderson might be the odd man out if they go get a righty. But, you know, he went up against Rafael Devers, one of the hottest batters in the AL, got him to ground out, and that was a very, very important first out in the bottom of the 9th inning. So once he got Devers out of the way, I felt so much better. And, you know, frankly, Chris Stratton, he hasn't been great as of late, but, you know, 3 consecutive strikeouts is absolutely going to get it done, especially when you are striking out the top guys in the Boston Red Sox lineup. You know, Tyler O'Neill's been absolutely electric this season, really making a name for himself after coming from the St. Louis Cardinals to the Boston Red Sox. Jarren Duran has been another great bat. He struck him out in the bottom of the 8th, and then Wilyer Abreu also got the strikeout party started there. So there is a lot of stuff to like from this Kansas City Royals win tonight. I know we're going to hear from Cole Ragans on his start. I know we're going to hear from manager Matt Quatraro as well. I am going to include what Q said about Chris Bubic coming out of the bullpen, because I know there has been a good bit of confusion about what is Bubic's role right now. It sounds like from the front office and from the dugout that Chris Bubic right now is a reliever. Okay, he's not a starter waiting in the wings. He is a reliever, and they're gonna treat him as such. Q goes more into depth there, so I want you to hear directly from him what he has to say. All in all, I am excited to see if by the time we go to bed tonight, the Kansas City Royals are above the Red Sox. I don't know. I ain't gonna lose sleep over it or nothing like that. But this was a great way to start off this series, the final series before the All-Star break. And like I said, it is very, very important to get these tiebreakers over the other wild card teams. Okay, if you look at it, a few of the other teams jockeying for that 3rd spot right now, the Houston Astros. Okay, the Royals have the tiebreaker over them. The Tampa Bay Rays also have the tiebreaker over them. So getting that also over the Boston Red Sox, as of right now, that is going to be very, very valuable. So I am hoping that the Royals go out tomorrow and just keep the ball rolling. It should be very, very exciting. This is also good that they get the 3 top arms in the Royals rotation. You know, you're not, no offense to Alec Marsh or Michael Wacha, but I feel better seeing Ragans, Lugo, Singer go up against the Red Sox in this very important series. So we'll see Seth Lugo pitch tomorrow night. First pitch is at 3:10 Kauffman Standard Time, so make sure you don't miss that. And then also make sure you try to tune in to the Futures game. Okay, you got Royals prospects Ben Kudrna and Gavin Cross, who will be making appearances, but also just go watch some of it's in the name. Go watch some players of the future that you'll be able to go in a few years. Hey, I saw that guy play back when he was 19 in the Futures game. So that will be on tomorrow. Unfortunately, first pitch is at the same time, so you might have to set your remote to go back and forth. You remember that? Remember when you had to go last channel on your remote? And it seems like antiquated technology nowadays. But after the ad break, we will hear from Cole Ragans, then Quatraro, and then Quatraro's statement on Chris Bubich. Stay tuned.
All right, guys, Cole Ragans, the man of the night among many, and I just said that, just like last year, he said, well, there were more punchies. You'll take it either way. Very impressive performance against a good team, same amount of wins, electric crowd. How did you do it?
Yeah, Sal, trust him. We had a good game plan going in, just trusted him, tried to execute. The guys got some runs early, let me settle down, and just trust the guys behind me.
We're getting a little bit closer to the All-Star game. This is your last start before that. When you look over, you see a couple of lefties that are among the best in the business right now, and Jarren Duran and Rafael Devers. How do you handle guys like that?
Yeah, those guys are pretty good hitters. Just try to mix it up, keep them off balance, and trust the guys behind me. Those guys are really good hitters, and it's just trust my defense.
You got some guys on your side as well, including your two All-Stars, Salvador Perez, Bobby Witt Jr., and the rest of the offense. I know you got to pitch your game no matter what, but when they can get going like that early, what does that do for you?
Yeah, it makes you, it helps you settle down pretty early. They put the runs up. It allows me to just, pitch a little more free, not try to be too perfect. It's like, all right, we got, 3-4 runs on the board. If they score one, who cares? It's stuff like that. And, that's really it.
Last year, when you had those 11 strikeouts, one run just like this outing, that was just your third start as a Kansas City Royal. Where are you at now, all these starts later?
Yeah, I feel like I've grown as a pitcher, as a human being. I love Kansas City. I love this team. I love the fans. It's really exciting. I'm happy to be here.
Have fun Tuesday and before that at the All-Star game. Did your wife bring the suit? That's the most important thing.
Yeah, she brought the suit.
He's got the proper attire for all the important things. She brought the suit. They're headed to Texas. Cole, congrats tonight.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Quality of the at-bats were really good. Mikey putting the bunt down is, I think that's what you're talking about, just trying to get one at a time, and he that was on his own. That's something that he feels good about, moving the runner there, and Frazier came through with the hit to drive him in. It was nice to get out to a lead, in this park, especially to back Cole. We haven't done that a ton for him, so to give him some breathing room there was really nice.
What do you think of Cole tonight?
It's hard not to be really excited about that. He had strikeouts, he had swing and miss, he had double play balls. He kept them on their heels. His stuff was really good. He used, it seemed like a really good mix of everything he's got.
Yeah, Bobby had a little extra BP, put a bunch over the monster, and he carried it right into the game.
Yeah, we're going to do that with a lot more guys tomorrow. We'll see if we can get it to work for, he was out there just trying to work on his timing and stuff for the home run derby. So he didn't hit regular BP after that, but maybe something clicked with him there. He's been on a pretty good roll anyway. So, that's nice for him to get one here.
They said it was just cramping with Sal?
Yeah, just a cramp in the hamstring.
You think he'll be all right tomorrow?
Yeah, we think so. We're going to monitor how he feels tonight, but yeah, he should be fine.
Did you want Cole to go as long as he could go to keep them from, because they've struggled against left-handed starters. Did you want to keep him out there as long as possible so they couldn't turn it around offensively?
Well, we want Cole out there as long as possible on almost every night, and especially a night when he's got his stuff working and he's keeping them to one run in 7 innings. And, he only threw right around 100 pitches. So other than it being really sticky and humid, he was in control.
Stratton there getting 2 on and then coming back with 3 strikeouts. What do you think about that?
Yeah, I think the first pitch to to was it Westbrook Rafaela that hit the infield single. That was a really good pitch. You just can't really do much about it. A cutter slider, infield single. The walk he'd like to have back, but his stuff ticked up after that. He really wanted to get out of that.
Obviously a long way to go, come up the All-Star break in the second half, but how good is it to feel just to get the kind of start out of this team? Obviously, you start this series, the game back up, possibly that final knockout spot. It's going to keep that momentum going, 4 straight wins.
Yeah, every win's huge, whether it's April or July, but, when you're squarely right behind a team and you beat them, that's a good step forward for us. We'll be ready to go tomorrow. It doesn't mean anything over the long haul, but we'll be ready to go tomorrow. He threw in Colorado, we didn't see any velo up on the board or whatever, so I wasn't really sure how he felt. But as far as the ones we looked after, we thought somebody saw 96 in there, a couple 94. So the velo is there. The stuff seems to be playing up. What we have expected to see from him, we've seen even more than that, and that's really good that he feels good. He's been at this 14, 15 months now, so it's been a long process for him. So we're confident that he's in a good spot, and that'll be a big boost to us if he's able to do those things late in games.
How do you manage his usage?
Well, he's a regular reliever. I don't think we have to. I think that was the whole point of the extended rehab process, was to get him to where we don't have to worry about it. We're not going to abuse him by any means and use him too many days in a row, but if he feels good, he'll be treated just like a regular reliever.
Okay, y'all. So this is usually where I would read off your Q&A responses. Unfortunately, Spotify has done us dirty, and they don't have Q&As anymore. Right now, it is currently comments. So please, 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 I want to hear from y'all. I really, really do. Go down in the comments on Spotify. Let us know what you thought of this game. Let us know what you liked, what you didn't like. Do you think Stratton and Anderson, this was an outlier? Do you think they're turning a corner? I don't know. I don't know what was said in that mound visit to Stratton, but the man was a completely different animal after it. So I don't know if they have Michael's secret stuff or anything like that. Maybe they got Bugs Bunny, but it worked. That's all that matters. So I'll be here tomorrow night. Thank you so much for joining me on tonight's Royals recap. My name is Jacob Milham. You can go follow myself or the podcast on social media. The links are down in the podcast description below. Thank you so much for joining me. And until next time, go Royals.